Hello, I'm Wolfina. I am a DM of a D&D campaign called Project POG. This is the first episode of Project POG Learning, and I'm here to take you along to learn about the world of Netherdale. There are 5 countries. We have Kegna, which rules in Selin as well, Venya, Persenberg, Laexen, Jadenburg. There's also a place called Oasis, which is an offland place that is closed off for any visitors or any openers. It really has nothing to do with the setting at all, so we'll kind of put that one to the side. The first country ever founded was Venya, and the person who founded it was the very first god, Jamie. That's kind of a different lesson. After that, many more were discovered, all of them, all 7. Kegna, Venya, Persenberg, Laexen, and Selin, Jadenburg, and Oasis. Oasis was kind of claimed by the gods to be a safe spot, closed off from everyone else, while all the other places were very open for anyone to join or leave it. The gods created railroad ways so that everyone could get to each nation as easy as they can. Kegna owned almost every nation other than Laexen and is the mother nation of almost every single place, again, other than Laexen. The first one to claim independence was Jadenburg, acting as if America to Britain, while following that was Venya and Persenberg, sister nations, who finally decided to be free from the capture. Let's go a little bit more into Venya and Persenberg, as they are very heavily background with the war. The GG Wars is something we'll get into later as well, but these wars took place in Venya and Persenberg. First, it took place in Venya. Finally, it stopped taking place in Venya and it left the whole area completely to smithereens. And while, on the other hand, it is currently taking place in Persenberg. Let's talk a little bit more on the specific details of all the places. The very first one is Kegna, a winter wonderland, and it's smashed full of people. Often known as the most controlled place, as the main Project POG facility is in Kegna. Kegna is separated up into states, which each state is protected and ruled by royals, just like Britain has their royals. Same thing with Kegna. Project POG has Kegna as a nation under its control. Kegna is a winter paradise. It's the center of it all. Being the main nation makes it dangerous, but they're protected so much that there's barely any rule breakers. Kegna holds many Kalians, as it's easier for them to hide there. Exrosians are typically the main type of Kalians there, but there are other types as well. Kegna is a monarchy, and it has a more modern look on monarchy. Royals, nobles, middle class, lower class, and then slaves are illegal. Next we have Selin, which is also under control of Kegna, separated into states just like before. And Selin is pretty much a forest area that is just flammable with nature and all the good things, with houses every so often. These states are not controlled by royals, but it is still controlled by Project POG itself. And Selin, this place is popular for its culture of hunting Kalians, but it isn't the place to be. Crime is huge, and Kalians are often caught up into it. Only Linkians can live here fully, and others can only visit. Selin, even though under the guidance of Project POG and Kegna, has a chief system where each group of hunters has a chief who sets a rule on their own group. Kind of like Native Americans and how they, of a whole, use. Next, we have Jadenburg, which is basically an American copy. Everything is very closely put together. There's a lot of put tight places and all the good stuff like that. There is unions and protection areas, and it is basically just a slammed full nation. Jadenburg, basically in a direct copy of America. It's a democratic republic, again, just like America. Many Kalians live there, and they are technically free, but the main types are Bixbians and Reeses. Even though they don't kill Kalians there, people always come in and take them anyway. Then we have Venya, which is a mountainous plain and has little villages every so often. No separation, just these villages. Venya is an older place. Many people living here have lived through the Godly Grapple, also known as the GG Wars. All young people here are Quells and Farlians, with a bit of humans in the mix, but not many. More traditional monarchy for Venya, strict caste system, gods, royals, rebels, middle class, low class, and then slaves. Persenberg is a sandy battlefield. Not many people live here. The gods, however, do live here. There is little to no water around, and typically it is also engulfed in a lot of sand. If you think of desert, that is exactly what Persenberg is. There also are cracks, just like equator cracks, which separate some chunks of land away from others, creating these very deep ravines in between some places. Persenberg, the land of tragedy. Amazing. It's the battlefield as of current. Most gods live here, and this place really only allows certain Kalians into certain areas. Those certain Kalians typically being Atrosians and Excellens. People who live here are not fond of visitors and will sometimes kill people on sight because they don't want any newcomers. And they lived through the war, so they have a bit of trauma. Persenberg is an anarchy, smaller groups formed for safety, and again are very hostile towards outsiders. Laexen is a lush plain, typically known for being farming places. Little towns of farmers come together who make these towns homes and all help each other out. Laexen is the land of the crazy people, often known to be the heavy worshippers of William. These people really love to worship him, and they see him as a protector since he's kept them safe from being under anyone else's control, especially Kegna. Mainly, they have food farms and flower fields with many wild animals, and it is just an open community. Willians live here in peace and often move way into the unexpected harsh world. Other Kalians also live there, but Willians are the main ones, and they're the ones that are protected the most in Laexen. Laexen is another anarchy, probably few factions, but all of them can agree that William is the leader of the whole nation. Oasis, we're gonna go into tiny detail. It's a place full of crime. Basically, criminals are typically sent there, even though it was first created to be a holy land for gods and their most admirable people. But it took a turn, and now it basically holds all the criminals in the world and even borns natural criminals. This place is not somewhere to live, and almost everyone living in there are Kalians. There's maybe 2-3 humans there. It's a small population overall. Think of Hawaii's population. Next, we'll get into the independence of the places. We have Bor, the Jadenburg Independence Day, a celebration of being free and away from the main place. Bor is on January 10th and is a huge celebration where many people come out and show gratitude for those vets who fought for their independence. Jadenburg is one of the only places, other than Laexen, where Kalians are free to do whatever they like and are not hunted by the people of Jadenburg. Again, people can come in and take them, but the people already living in there cannot. many parades happen, and a lot of people who live during those time go into those parades. It's a very fun celebration. Ayaitai, which is in Dell on the 10th, is the holiday of Kegna's release from Persenberg and Venya, which basically, in simple terms, is their Independence Day. Both are sister nations, so they celebrate it at the same time and hold each other as the same love, as if their people are the same, just different climates. The war for freedom for them was very long and very harsh. Finally, these war-stricken nations finally broke free after 9 years of fighting. Most celebrate by doing parades and festivals. However, Kegna also celebrates this holiday, but they celebrate it as a one single festival, showing its loss and redemption for the future to recapture them. The Rashta Festival. This festival is showing the hostility Kegna still has and how Kegna still wants control over Persenberg and Venya. There is also a personal calendar for Project POG containing 16 months. We have Jamily, Jadon, Judon, Shuri, Dell, Uton, Muzion, BLDJ, Wilton, Green Day, Seraphine, Kiwian, Harland, Crow, Asadam, and Kaita. There is a ton of holidays that are celebrated, some everywhere, some in only certain places, but I'm not going to get too much into those because they're just little details that don't really need to be known anymore. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the lesson. I hope you understand a little bit more on the world of Netherdale and how Project POG works.